What's up, guys? It's average MTG player back at it again, here with another vid today. Well, the second vid today. We have the second part of Ravinca Allegiance spoilers here, which is great. So here we're gonna start with Prying Eyes. Here, so it's 4 and 2 blue, instant. Draw 4 cards, then discard. Why couldn't this be a draw 4 cards? I mean, it's common, but still, at least give me like addendum. If you addendum it, you don't discard. Like, at least give me that. At least give me that. I think about it. We already have a 4-minute draw 2, 5-minute draw 3, 6-minute draw 4, but then this. It's also double blue. You really have to make me discard 2 cards? Might have some synergy, but in this set, no. Yeah, this is a. I mean, limited, you might play it. You can have answers and, oh, I have all this mana. Just essentially, it's essentially Scry 4. It's Scry 4, pick 2. But this. No, it's Surveil. It's Surveil 4, draw 2. That's essentially what it is. But again, you have to put the cards in your graveyard. Like, what could I say that? Scry 4, draw 2. At least say that, so I can discard cards. At least then it would be more playable. Kind of. But maybe the graveyard, synergies, whatever. Then we have Peteramander, I think. It's a 1-mana 1/1 Salamander Drake. It's a 1/1 flying, and it has 7 generics to adapt. 4. This really costs 1 less for each instant and sorcery card in your graveyard. So if you have 7, it's just a 1-mana adapt. 4. Where this card gets good, I'd say at least 1. So 8. I'd say when it's reduced to 2. 6. That's decent rate. Gang, it's a 4. Pretty good rate. 4 mana, adapt 4/4, put 4 counters. Once you get to 2, that's great. And when you get to 1, 1 mana, make this a 5/5. Probably could go on Mono Blue Temple. Just a 1/1 flyer. Keep poking. And then if you build it up, because you play counter spells, lots of other spells. Your resist retorts, your essence scatters, your negates, your spell pierces, dive downs. All of that just helps well with this. So could be run, and then just the 1/1 flying, it's pretty good. Here we have Quench. So 2 instant speed counter spell. No, I already talked about Quench. What am I talking about? I already talked about it in the so in the second video. This is the 4th one. I believe actually this might have been the 1st or 2nd. Just check out the whole series. It'll take you a while because my 2nd, 3rd, and this one probably be up to an hour or 50. Last one was 50. That one was an hour. So still gonna take you a while to get through it, but it's well worth it. Just in-depth analysis. But actually, yeah, just get the pros actually. But I'm just here giving my opinion and thoughts, so whatever. So here we have next Sage Rose Savant. Okay. 2 mana 2/1 meh. When the EDB is Scry 2. Okay. Kind of bear with upside. Doesn't have the extra toughness point. I mean, honestly, I just have 2/2 Scry 1 because you could just get blown out by a 1/1. A 1/3. You could get outblown by a 1/3. At least with that, both of them will trade. Well, no, both of them will just bounce off and then they will die. But then this will die and that there's. Yeah, I just don't like 2/1s. 2/1s, they're just too vulnerable. I just feel they're too vulnerable, but it's okay. I mean, limited, you probably run it just for that value. We have Senate's Carrier. 3 mana 1/4 Burb. So it's a 3 mana 1/4 flyer. Okay. Not too bad, but then it also has an activate ability. You can pay 1 white to give it vigilance until end of turn. So now it also can be a blocker. So let's say next turn you have 4, you're planning to hold up maybe a quench on them. But then you're just gonna use, okay, I'm just gonna give it vigilance, swing in, hold that up, hold maybe a trick or like a quench up. That could be cool. Next up, we have Shimmer of Possibility. 2 mana. Look at the top 4 cards of your library. Put one of them into your hand, the rest on the bottom in a random order. Okay. I like that. That's pretty good. I do like that, though. Yeah, that's a decent card selection. I feel there's some better ones. Maybe Anticipate's better than that, but still decent card selection. Then we have Skatewing Spy. What the heck? It's a 4 mana 2/3. Alright, each creature for +1/+1 counter is flying and has Adapt 2 for 6. And the Adapt's pretty hefty, but you might be able to just play some other things on it. Put other ways to give it counters. And then all the creatures with flying, all the creatures with counters are now flyers. So now you can make, because it's this. I mean, if you do adapt, you get 3 for flyer now, which is not too bad for 4. Technically 10, but then it gives all your other creatures that. So could work well, especially if other ways to give counters. Then we have a Skitter Eel. It's a 3 mana 1. It's a 3/1, so 4 mana 3/3 with Adapt 2 for 3. I do like that. Yeah, that's a decent common. You can make it a 4. You can make it a 5/5 flyer with a Skatewing Spy. Which could be cool. That could be cool. Slime Bind. So we have 2 mana Flash. Enchant creature gets -4/0. So it's a befuddle, except you're going to get to draw on a card, and it's a permanent. It's permanent and enchants. That seems pretty cool. It has flash. It stays on forever. Definitely better than befuddle. Yeah. Because for 1 less mana, it's just a permanent. It's just way better than a befuddle. I don't care about the card. It just doesn't do it forever. Strength of Foresight I've already talked about. Sweet card might make some headway in formats. Though there's debate because it is kind of a chance card. Sometimes it's bad, but sometimes it can be really good. Again, if you want to know what it does, more about it, well, you can kind of read it right here quickly. Yeah. If you want to see my analysis on it, just go check out my vid. Okay, then here we have Swirling Torrent. 6 mana, sorcery, choose one or both. Alright, so some of these cards again. I do like these cards that choose one or both. Some of them are fun. It has put a creature on the top of its library, return a creature to its owner's hand. So you can put 2 creatures into the hand and on top of the library. You probably want to put a small, both of them are big. The one that costs more mana cost, you probably want to put it into their hand. And the one that costs less, you put it on the top. Because if they have mana to play it, your other card, then, well, actually it's sorcery, so. I don't know, maybe whichever one. I don't think it really matters. Unless they can flash it. if they have a flash creature, then you put it into on top of their library. Then we have Dot Collapse. 1 in double blue. Counter target spell. Its controller puts the top 2 cards of the library into graveyard. Okay, mill card. Could work well in a mill deck. So that's cool. Rarity Circle I've already talked about. Wall of Lost Thoughts. 2 mana defender, 0/4. When it enters the battlefield, player puts the top 4 cards of the library in your graveyard. Mill seems decent and standard. You have Thought Collapse, you have this. Like Weighted Memory, 5-minute draw 3, your opponent mills 3. There's Round Secrets. Tons of other stuff that you could play with it. I think like a black. Because black you can also run Vicious Rumor. Because Vicious Rumor mills them 1. Doesn't seem a lot, but it still mills. It still mills them, so that's cool. And it does a lot of other stuff that card. I have Windstorm Drake. 4 mana. 4 in blue for a 3/3 Drake. It says other creatures you control with flying get +1/+0. So, more flyer synergy. Definitely do like it better than the one that gives only +1. Again, you want to see that card? Check out the other vid. And then we have Awaken the Erstwhile. I'm pretty sure I haven't talked about this card. Yeah, I haven't. It's 3 and double black. 4 in sorcery. Each player discards all the cards in their hands, then creates that many 2/2 black zombies. Seems sweet. I love that. It seems great. And it's also interesting the flavor text. In preparation for the conflict, all foresaw the Golgari called upon an army slept for millennia beneath the city. This guy's also in the last set there's erstwhile troopers, so I guess they have this whole army of the erstwhile just waiting, and then they called upon them now just to stop the chaos. So I've talked about Bankrupt in Blood and the Juggler. And so here's a new card. Blade Brand. 1 and a black. Draw creature gains Death Touch until end of turn and draw a card. So that's cool. Gives it some evasion. They probably don't want to swing into it. And it's instant, so you could just put a small blocker, make a Death Touch, kill their big thing, draw a card, so it just replaces itself. Which is just insane. That card might just be able to swing games in your direction. They just keep swinging recklessly with their big boys. You Blade Brand one of your creatures, get rid of their biggest thing, and now you can destroy them. Now we have Blood Mist Infiltrator. It's a 3 mana 3/1. Interesting. When it attacks, you may sacrifice another creature. If you do, it can't be blocked. Okay. Now I see clearly why it's a 3/1. So it just wants to, be like that. So definitely in graveyard decks. Maybe even with that new... Yeah, that could come up pretty well with that new 1 mana reassembling skeleton-esque card. But it's a 1 mana that comes and play tapped. And you can only... And it has the same pay 2 to reassemble it, but from your graveyard. But you have to their opponents that take damage. But what you can do, you sacrifice it, make it unblockable, attacked, and now they took damage. You can play the card. Then we have Carry On Imp. So it's a 3 mana 2/3. Well, no, 4 mana 2/3. Just a generic flyer. Okay, interesting. When it says battlefield, you may access a creature card from a graveyard. You do gain 2 life. So if they have some graveyard synergies, which I'm not sure if there is in this set, that's cool. And the gain 2 life is nice. 2/3 flyer, good stats or limited. Then we have Cactum Crocodile. I love the flavor text. It's a 3/7. Pretty good. Yeah, that's another broken card. That's pretty broken there. 3/7 for 5 nets over. But I just love the flavor text. I am the sewer king, said the rat. I am quick and cunning, and I know every tunnel. No, I am king, said zombie. I am cold and deadly, and no rot can harm me. Then the croc came and ate them both, declaring him as the sewer king. All hail the sewer king here. That's funny. Then we have cleared the stage. It's 5 mana instant speed. Target creature gets -3/-3 until end of turn. If you control a creature with power 4 or greater, you may return up to 1 target creature from your graveyard to your hand. So that's cool. So you remove something, and then you can return something from your graveyard if you control a creature with power 4 or greater. Okay. And we have Consigned to the Pit. It's 6 mana, 5 in generic. Destroy target creature, and then it deals 2 damage to them. So let's think. So think of an Eviscerate or Impale, which is 4 mana. Then 2 extra mana to deal 2 more damage. And it's still removal though, so in limited you play it. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I already talked about Cry of the Carnadium. Oh, you can do that? Hello? Interesting. No, I don't care about credit. Oh my god. I don't care about Cry of the Carnadium. Alright. Here, okay. Then we have Dead Rebels. 3 and a Spectacle for 2. So if they took damage, you can cast it for 2. Return up to 2 card creature cards from your graveyard to your hand. Danya. So you can pay 2 mana to regrow 2 creatures. Now regrowth, you can. What regrowth does, you return any card from your graveyard to your hand. Now this returns 2, but only creatures, and they have to take damage. But still, that's good. I'd rather pay 2 though for that. Here, then we have Deborter's Transport. It's a 5 mana 5/3 Afterlife 2. Interesting. So, you can just sing it and send it in there. They're probably not going to block a lot because, they don't want to be getting 2 spirits with flying. You just make 2 more bodies that you can deal with. So that you have to deal with, which is just bad for them. Then we have Drill Bit. It's 3 mana, or you can Spectacle it for 1 if they took damage. Then target player reveals their hand. You may choose a non-land card from they discarded. So it's kind of like from Rivals of Ixalan. Again, go check my binder for that card. I have it. I definitely know I have that card. Dark Inquiry. The same thing, but this one is clearly better because it has Spectacle for 1. I mean, this is an uncommon that was a common, but still, yeah, that's just way better. But in limited, would you run it? I mean, it's good card stripping, but Nothing else. You just strip cards from your opponent's hand. Ooh, I love this next one. Fonts of Agonies. When you pay life, put that many blood counters on file net. So in limited, if you open, let's say, a shock land for the right colors and you decide to play it, now if you do that, you get 2 blood counters. Now it doesn't say whenever you lose life, put a counter on it. It says when you lose life, put that many. So if you pay 2 life, you get 2 blood counters. Now it's paying life. It's not losing life. There's the difference. There's some cards that said lose life. No, it's just paying life. So Greed and Erebos, those work. But not something like, I don't know. This card that make you lose life do not trigger this. So, yeah. Alright, then we have Grucci's Demise. Right, so it's exile a creature with power 3 or less. Another card comparison I need to make. I believe it's the same effect as some other card, or it might be better. Then a Rivals card. Damn, so many cards I'm comparing to Rivals cards. Yep, it's the same thing. Reaver Ambush from Rivals of Ixalan. This exiles a creature with power 3 or less. Yeah, that's pretty legit. The other one's, I think the other one's better though. Well, it's sorcery, but it gets 4 greater. But this one's instant, so instant speed doesn't matter though. So yeah. Alright, next we have Gutter Bones. I already talked about Gutter Bones. That's the reassembling skeleton I kind of talked about. So next let's talk about this card. 3 God Inheritance. Or I don't know. I don't know how to say it. It's a 3 mana, 4 mana black enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, it deals 1 damage to each opponent and you gain a life. If that said gain like equal to the life lost this way, so in Commander, you gain 3 life. I would love it. But then it says 6. Sacrifice this for 6. It deals 4 damage to target opponent and you gain 4 life. Okay. I mean, you can just, maybe you're like really damage heavy. Rakdos damage heavy. Just you're just bolting him. You're shocking him. You're doing a lot of things to him. And then you just keep using this, keep slowly draining. And hopefully you can get to the ability to sacrifice it to deal that lot, all that damage. Which is sweet. Who wouldn't love that? It's a common though. Yeah, because that second one's pretty pricey. So yeah, it is common. So I get why. Then we have Noxious Rudian. It's 3 mana 2/2 Death Touch. Higher Poison is a 1/1 Death Touch. Why do you need a 3 mana 2/2? What? Oh, I guess the thing is just R&D has, you can't really print an 0/1 Death Touch because it won't deal anything. It doesn't do anything. So, like, why? Death Touch not even that powerful. Yeah, it kind of dictates the board a bit. I mean, Gorgon I can kind of understand because you get options. You can play for green or black. So if like you're only on green, let's say you're mixing black, you can still play it. If you're missing green, you can still play it. This one, like, just made it a 2/2 Death Touch. Just made it a 2/2 Death Touch. But then I mean, it's uncommon because or we gotta be like that. It's too powerful and 2 mana, 2/2 death touch. Alright, down here we have Orzhov Enforcer, a 1/2. So it's a 1/2 death touch for 2. Okay, I like that. Grudian, and it's Afterlife. That's just so showing you that's uncommon. So they had to make. If you kept this, and if you took up the Afterlife and put, let's say, another power on it, 2/2 Death Touch uncommon. They have to make it uncommon just because reasons. Death Touch is just way too powerful. Death Touch, it's too powerful. It's destroying the game. Death Touch is too powerful. Stop. Death Touch is not even that powerful. I'd say, for me, I think the best is just Vigilance. It's just because it just now leaves you blockers. I love it. Vigilance is just such annoying. Like a big thing, you can attack, but then they can attack you back on crackback, which is just insane. Death Touch just makes it so your opponents can't attack, but it doesn't mean that you can attack per se. Well, because most of the Death Touch creatures are puny. Because, already fears them. Fear that they're gonna take over standard this 2/2 Death Touch. Ooh. Get out of here. Stop! 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 Ah. Whee! My God! My God. Dude, just piece of garbage. Okay. Next up. Orzhov Racketeers. 5 mana, 3/2 Death Touch. No. I'm just saying Death Touch right now because 5 mana, 3/2. When it deals damage, common damage to a player, that player discards a card. So they definitely kind of, want to block it. But here's the thing. If they block it with something that can kill it, it Afterlives too. That's just such a good combination. Like, let's say all the things that they block will kill it. Yeah, they don't want to discard, but they also kind of don't want to give you 2/2 things. And let's say they trade with it. That's just real bad, unless it can eat it. Then, yeah. Oh, Precedent Spirit. Did I talk about this card? I'm not sure, I might have, but just in case, quickly. I'm gonna talk about this quickly. Precedent Spirit, I love this card though. 3 mana, 3/2 Menace Death Touch. Into sports you have Death Touch. 3/2 Menace Death Touch. Yeah. Good stats. It's a rare. That's too powerful. It's too powerful to be an uncommon because of that Menace Death Touch. You think it would be an uncommon if it was just like a 3/2 Death Touch without the thing that's. But the main thing is just now your shocks, your cosmotronic waves are board wipes. Now, one-sided board wipe. A cosmotronic wave is now just a one-sided wrath with this card, which is insane. So that's nice. I'm not sure if I talked about this. I might have, but whatevs. I know I did talk about this card Spot Mayhem, but alright. Next we have Plague. Wait. 1 and a black, 2/1. Whenever it becomes block, each creature blocking it gets -1, -1. So now 1/1s can't get past it because if they try to block off a 1/1, it dies. 2/2. Now a 3/3 has to trade with this card. Only a 4/4 and a 4/3 again can't get past it because then they just turn into a 3/2. So that's pretty interesting. It just and it's each creature, so they can't block with 2/2/2s. really. Or 2/1/1s. If it was just one, then they could block with 2/1/1s, but no. All the creatures. That's pretty good. Limited, it could, early game, could be an annoying attacker. That your opponent just, okay, yeah, let it through. Yeah, but that's pretty cool. So here, next card, I love this card also. Priest of the Forgotten Gods. It's tap, sack 2 other creatures. Any number of target players, so in Commander, 3. Each of them lose 2 life and sack a creature. That's good. You add 2 black to your mana pool and draw. It's tokens. Just sack. If you just keep making, if your deck makes a lot of tokens, you play this. You turn them into. You turn them into life loss for your opponent, and they sack creatures, and then you gain 2 black, and I mean it's obvious why it's rare. The stats are just a 1/2, but that ability just can be really well, can go real well. So definitely like that. I like that. It's pretty good. Alright, next up we have Rakdos Trumpeter. It's a 2-mana 1/3 menace, which has 3 and red to give it +2/+0 until end of turn. So on early game, if they're playing in the Zorius deck without a lot of creatures in it, this can get for some damage. Or if your opponent's only stuck on 1 creature, and then you just can keep be able to be doing more damage, you can get it up. If you get up to 8 mana somehow, you can turn it into a 4/3, providing you don't have anything else really to do. So, alright. That's one of the main I already talked about. I believe in the first or second. Well, yeah, it has to be the first or second. All these cards I haven't talked about. Yeah, alright, let's see. We have Spire Mangler. It's a 2 black. 3, so 3 mana, flash flying 2/1. Alright, that's pretty good. When it enters the battlefield, target creature with flying you control gets +2/+0 until end of turn. So it could be a good trick, maybe just to trade with a creature. Or let's say it has enough toughness to block it. But with this, then it just kills it. It can be good. And this is a 2/1 flyer, which is good. Then we have Thirsting Shade, I believe. 1 mana, 1/1 lifelink, and you pay 3 to give it +1/+1 until end of turn. I mean, that's pretty good. You can, on turn 3, you might be able to get hidden for 2. Lifelink. Gain 2 life. On turn 6, you might be able to, you can get up to a 3/3 lifelinker. And then it might be able to start snowballing, but still, nothing too exciting though. I mean, the shade from guilds, I feel was kind of okay. This actually might be better. It's 1 mana, 1/1 lifelink. That one was a 3 mana 2/2. Yeah, it was 2 mana to activate instead of 3. But rate wise, Thirsting Shade might be better than it. Actually, yeah, I think it is. But yeah. Alright, so then we have Undercity Scavenger, Ogre Warrior, 3 in the black, so 4 for a 3/3. When it enters the battlefield, you may sacrifice another creature. If you put 2 counters on this, so it becomes a 5/5, and then scry 2. How is that common? How is that a common? How? How is that a... You sack a little baby token that you can make. I don't know how you make tokens in this set. but you sack a small creature. You make this a 5/5 and scry it for 4. 4! Like a 1/1 now just becomes a 1/1 now just has way more value because instead you just put it onto this. Sack a 1/1, make a 5/5. That also scries too. But if that's your first creature, it's not too bad and limited. 4 mana 3/3. Meh. I figured that'd be an uncommon card, but that's pretty good. And we have Undercity's Embrace. Okay, 3 mana instant. Target opponent sacrifices a creature. If you control a creature with 4 or greater, creature power 4 or greater, you gain 4 life. So it kills one of your opponent's creatures. And then if you control a creature of power 4 or greater, you gain life. You gain some life, which is cool. Then there's that 3 mana opponent sacks. I mean, it's not good as murder because they sacrifice the creature, they get to select what they choose. They get to select the creature that they sack. But murder but this gains life, which is pretty good. Then we have Vindictive Vampire. So Vindictive Vampire is a 3 in the black, so 4 mana for 2/3. Okay, mess that. When another creature you control dies, it deals 1 damage to each opponent and you gain a life. So, that's an uncommon, okay. So it's kind of like Blood Artist-esque. It's Blood Artist. So that other one. So just kind of like that. Just keep draining them for all of the creatures that die. It's good. Alright, that's all for black. We're heading into red now. Ooh, Active Treason's in the set again. Active Treason was in what's it? Was it in? Or Corset. It was last seen in Corset. And there's even a creature, the Swampmore Ingus I've talked about before, which is also an Active Treason on a stick. And they also had that card in Dominaria, Keldon Raider, with Kicker, in which if you kicked it, you get a target. It does Active Treason. Well, what Active Treason does is just gain control of a target creature, untap it, and gives haste. So let's say they just played this big bomb. Just like a real big bomb. A big flyer, maybe. You Active Treason it, give it haste, and untap it. Just in case maybe that creature already had haste and attacked you. Now you can just send the favor back to them. Only for 3 mana. They may pay 6 for that card. But you paid 3. But the thing is, then they get it back. So you only get to use it 1 time. I really love Active Treason in decks that I sacrifice things. Like Brawl Bash Ogre and Arena. I Active Treason their card. I attack with that. And I sack their creature to it. So that I just essentially remove it and then just use that to add power to it. Let's see. Then we have Amplifier. I'm not sure if I talked about this. Did I talk about it? I don't think so. Maybe, but if I haven't, go check out my other vids if you're interested. Well, if I haven't, I don't know. Well, I'm gonna read it anyway. It's a 4 mana 1/1. So, At the beginning of your upkeep, reveal the top card of your library until you reveal a creature. Until your next turn, Amplifier's base power becomes twice that card's power, and its base toughness becomes twice that card's toughness. Put the reveal card on the bottom of your library in a random order. So that's cool. You hope to hit the Galtas, the Worm. Yeah, I did talk about this. I'm repeating my words. I did talk about this card. So, check more for more in depth of that though. Then we have Burn Bright. Do kind of like this card. Creatures you control get +2/+2 until end of turn. So for 3 minutes, then it's a charge, but instead for 2, but you don't give toughness. So it's more of just more damage instead of extra protection. Then we have Burning Tree. I talked about that card. I remember that. I remember I talked about that card. Alright. Then we have Cavalcade of Calamity. 2 mana for an enchantment. It says whenever a creature you control with power 1 or less attacks, it deals 1 damage to the player or planeswalker that creature is attacking. So if you just swing with little guys, you just guarantee more damage. And let's say they have 2 big blockers, you have 5 1/1s. You attack with them. 2 of them will get blocked. 3 of them will get through. But then all that, so 3 + 5 is 8 damage. So that can probably kill a planeswalker if you decide to target it. So that may be a Domri raid on their board. Probably because I think Domri is the most scariest. And maybe a Dovin. I think Dovin's the second. And then Kaya is the worst. I'm still saying Kaya's pretty good. He's pretty okay. It's a planeswalker. Planeswalkers are always decent, but still pretty good. Next up is Claymore Shaman. Here, it's a 3 mana 1/1 riot, so it's a 2/2 haste. No, it's a 1/1 haste or a 2/2. But let's see what its effect is. Whenever it attacks, target creature and opponent controls can't block. So maybe you might, okay, I'll attack with this. Take one of your big. Let's say you have another big thing, but it's not as big as that. You attack with that. You attack with this. Yeah, they might have another blocker to put in front of that, but you just get 1 more turn to attack with. So this can just clear your way for all your bigger things to income. Then we have Daggercaster, 3 and a red for a Vishino Rogue. Oh, there's more Vishinos. That's cool. When it enters the battlefield, it deals 1 damage to each opponent and 1 damage to each creature you control. Okay. So it has 1 damage to all their things. Oh, except planeswalkers. I'm pretty sure. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Next up, we have Deface. 1 sorcery, destroy an artifact, or destroy a creature with Defender. So you can destroy an artifact, or a creature with Defender, sideboard card. That's all I have to say. It's a sideboard card. That's all it is. Then we have Electro Dominance. Oh, this is a fun card. This is a good card. So what it does, it's X double red. Instant. Wait, no, I talked about this card. I've talked about this card, so go check it out. I just don't want to keep repeating myself on all these cards, so just go check it out if you want to see it. Then we have Feral Maka. 2/2 for 2. Limited winner. That's the only place you're going to see it. If you need a 2/2 for 2. If that's what you want, and that's what you need, there you go. Whee! Whee! gonna hit red. Just so I can find it quickly. So is that all? No. Okay, then Flames of the Rays Boar. So it deals 4 damage to target creature an opponent controls. Then it deals 2 damage to each other creature that players control if you control a creature of power 4 or greater. So you get either 4 damage instant speed to a creature, or if you have a creature of power 4 or greater, which you probably do, then it will just also do 2 damage to all. So let's say they're also like you, they're playing an aggressive Rakdos deck. No. Or Gruul. You take their you have a big thing. You take their big thing out, and then you take some of the smaller things out, which are nice. So we have Gates Ablaze. So it's 2 and a red. It deals X damage to each creature where X is the number of gates you have. So that's great. If you control 5 gates, that could just be a board wipe. That could just be a 3-mana board wipe. Insane. That could just be pretty good. And insane. But in limited, no. Limited 1 to 2 damage. I assume. Then we have Gore Clan Wrecker. 3 and a red for either a 2/2 Haste Menace, that's a riot, or a 3/3 Menace. Probably the 3/3. Ludo doesn't go as fast. Still, at that point, they might have 2 1/1s, maybe, that could block. But 3/3, maybe harder. But then maybe on 5, they might have also 2/2 and the 1/1, but still. Next, we have Goblin Gathering. So then we have, it's a 3 mana sorcery. Create a number of 1/1 goblin creature tokens equal to 2 plus the number of cards named Goblin Gathering in your graveyard. So at the beginning, first it'll make 2. So when in limited you play a 3 mana, make 2 goblin tokens. But it's common, so you might be able to pick up 2 to 3, perhaps. And if you find them all, you could get up to 3 to 4 goblins for 3 mana. I mean, if you get 5 somehow in limited, because in limited there are no maximums. They did that specifically because they thought no one would really get there. But if you do manage to get 5 of these, some way, somehow, you can get up, if you have all of them in your graveyard, you can get up to 7 goblins per, you get 7 goblins for 3 mana. Which is cool, but takes a lot of setup. Alright, let's say if you have 6 mana, you play this, and you have 2 of these. You play this, you get 2, you play it again, you get 3, 5 goblins for 6 mana. But if you already started off with 1, maybe, you can get 3 to 4, then 7 for 6. Alright. So yeah, pretty cool card. But non-limited. Alright, Immolation Shaman. I believe I haven't talked about this card. It's a 2 mana 1/3. Okay. When an opponent activates an ability on an artifact, creature, or land that isn't a mana ability, it is 1 damage to that player. So kind of the Harsh Mentor-esque effect. And then it is 3 and double red. The Shaman gets +3/+3 menace, so it becomes a 4/6 menace, which might be hard to stop. But on turn 5, But in limited, not card you want to run, really. Like, I mean, maybe a sideboard. If they do have creatures. I mean, like, let's say they have guild mages, I guess. Then, yeah. Like, if they feed their deck, if they have 2 or 3 guild mages, maybe. But every time they activate their guild mage, they take damage, but still. I mean, but the second ability, in limited, that second ability could do well, so. Not ignoring that. Then we have Gravelhide Goblin. 2 mana, 2/1. 3 and green. It gets +2/+2 until end of turn. This is a cycle, I believe. I believe this is a cycle of these cards with an activated ability of the other color. There's the white-black one. There's a white-black one in white. There was a blue one with a white activated ability. There's this one in black. Was there a black one? Yeah, I believe there was one that was in black and had a red ability. I believe. I guess what we're missing is a green one with a blue ability. I'm gonna go check later after I'm done with red, which is a few more. We have light up the stage, which was I already talked about this because this was already revealed. These are one of the pretty sure this was one of the first cards revealed before even this was online. And also the Fireweir, the promo cards were also Here we have Mirror March. Here 5 and 1, and this 5 in a red, so 6 mana. This is a cool card. Whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, flip a coin until you lose a flip. For each flip you won, create a token copy of that card. And those tokens gain haste. Exile them to gain step. So if you miraculously get 3 flips in a row for 1 creature, you make 3 hasty copies of it. Yeah, but this, I don't know about limited, pretty expensive. And at that point, you probably played most of your main creatures that you wish you could have done it with. So, pretty, Reveler was already pretty good as revealed. Rubble Reading. Ooh, this is a cool card. 3 in a red, destroy target land, scry 2. I actually like that. You blow up your opponent's land. Yeah, they'll hate you for that, but scrying 2 for red. For red. Red now has a scry 2. Unlimited. You get scry 2. Damn, Daniel. Scrying 2. I mean, that's the main part. I'm pretty sure red would pay for 4 minutes scry 2. The land, kind of doesn't matter, but still. I have Rubble Belt Recluse 4 and a red for a 6/5. Ooh. And it says attacks each combat able. So it can't, only for 1 turn it can be used on the defensive. Then you have to keep playing it aggressively and keep attacking. Which is but still fighting at 6/5 for that 1 extra power. That seems okay. Next card, Rumbling Ruin. 6 mana 6/6, decent. Enter the battlefield, count the number of +1/+1 counters on creatures you control. Creatures your opponent controls with power less than or equal to that number can't block this turn. So it's obviously meant to synergize with Riot. Or adapt if you're putting green adapt creatures in your rule deck. So, yeah. Then we have Scorch Mark here, which it says 2 mana, Scorch Mark deals 2 damage to target creature. If that creature would die this turn, exile it instead. Okay. So, good for destroying afterlife creatures. Now you can do it in a safe way where they don't get the spirit. It's like, haha, I use Scorch Mark and exile it so it doesn't hit the graveyard. So now, bye. Yeah, because afterlife creatures, they're just strictly worse. All of them, their stats are worse. Because when they're removed, yeah, they get afterlife. So yeah, that's cool. Let me see here. Skargan Hellkite. Did I talk about this? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I talked about this. No, this card. How is this card a common? So, guys, for a second, they reprinted Lightning Bolt. So here's what it is. Skewer the critics. 2 red, but you can spectacle it if they took damage. It deals 3 damage to any target. So, Lightning Bolt is here. Lightning Bolt is standard. It wasn't Wizard's Retort because Wizard's Lightning, but this is just better because you don't have to be in a Wizard deck. You just have to have lots of stuff that deals damage. You have to have shocks and strikes. That's good. I would at least expect this to be an uncommon card. At least. Because Lightning Bolt is just a good card. 1 mana deal 3. That's what I would expect from this. It to be that's what I would expect. But no. It's a common. Everyone's gonna have this card. It's gonna be cheap and it's gonna be very effective. It's any target also. It's not like, oh, you can only do it to a creature. No. It's just full Lightning Bolt. It's full Lightning Bolt. RND, oh my god. Like, oh, you have to deal damage. Okay. You're in the burn deck. You play, shock. Skewer the critics. Skewer the critics again. Play shock. 2 skewer the critics for 1 minute. So, that's 8 damage. Alright, Smoke Warrior in this I already talked about. Here, next. Spear Spoober. O2 Defender. Wow, there are a lot of defenders in this set, so maybe the defender might not be as bad. So, a 1 mana O2 Defender, and as tap, deal 1 damage to each player. So that, in the game, I mean, you could just play that as like a ticking time bomb for them. In a real aggressive deck. Just have it maybe against another aggressive deck of like, say you have a lot of 1/1s. That's a good blocker, and then you can just keep tapping. Tap, just keep bolting them. Well, no. Just keep pinging them a little. So that's pretty cool. So then we have Spike Wheel Acrobat. It's a 3 and red for a 5/2. We can also spectacle it for 3 mana instead of 4. So it's a 3 mana 5/2. So pretty good rate actually, even with the 4, but the 3 just makes it way better. paying 1 less mana cheaper could be definitely relevant. So yeah, sweet card. Next we have Storm Strike. Target you control, creature you control gets +1/+0. And first strike until end of turn, scry 1. So essentially, so how do I think about this? Sure Strike is 3. This one's 1 less. So let's say there's a card, I'm not sure if there is, that +2/+0 and first strike. It just take all that away. Only 1 in first strike, but you get a scry. But honestly, that 1 power in first strike might just, most of the time that's already enough to just destroy your opponent. Destroy the creature. And then that scry one's pretty nice. More card selection for red. Red's already having a few card selection. Oh. Stop bullying! Can you stop bullying? Stop bullying. Why you bullying me? Why you bullying me? Why you what is doing? Bully. Why are you bullying me? Okay, we're back. Sorry. Then we have 10-3 Dodger, 1 and a 1/1 haste. You can pay a green. I mean, not green. A red. It can't be blocked except by creatures with defender. So kind of a reverse goblin. No. But yeah, it is. Because Goblin looks, it says creatures with defender can't block. This says it can only be blocked by creatures with defender. Oh, imagine coupling Locksmith with this. Then they can't be blocked. It's unblockable then. Because then, okay, you block it for a regular creature. Oh. It doesn't have defender, so it can't block. Oh, block it for defender. Oh, it says it can't be blocked with defender because they paid a red for it. We have Rage Fire. 2 mana, deal 3 damage to target creature. Wow, such worse lightning strike. Sorcery creature. Same cost, but still not the same effect. Just worse. Next, green. The last Coular. Well, then we have to go into multicolor and artifact. And hybrid. Why does it have hybrid? There should be hybrids in the set. Aren't there hybrids? There's no hybrid man in the set? No, there has to be. There's no way they don't have hybrid. So we have Arcane Beast. It's a 4 mana 3/4 beast. Great card. And limited if you pull this. It's a common. How is this card a common? It's good. It's just so good. Like, how is this card not common? Like, look at this. Like, compare this right now here to Biogenic Ooze. Costs 1 more minute Biogenic Ooze. It's a 2/2, which happens when they're 2/2. But that's the beginning of upkeep, put +1 counter on each ooze. And then you can pay 4 to make an ooze. Yeah, the beast is way better. I'm just kidding. But the Biogenic Ooze, okay, I love this card. Think about putting in Prime Seeker Vanifar, because Vanifar is an elf ooze wizard. I just love this, how the Simic creature types. Some of them are just so funny. Legitimately, some of them are just the most funniest creature types you ever will see. Legitimately, I'm not serious. It's literally unstable. Simic is literally just the personification of unstable. Like, unstable, you have these weird creatures. Because that's what the Simic do. They just make all these different experiments of weird creatures augmented together, like an unstable. But the ooze, yeah, it's just if this was a commander, if this was a legend that could be your commander, that would be great. Make a 2/2 ooze, and at the beginning of your upkeep, put a +1 counter on each ooze. So yeah, you have 6/6 for 5, which is all right. But then you have to pay 4. You don't have to tap it. So if you get 8 mana, you make it you make 2 more oozes. Which again just keep getting more buff and buff and buff and buff. Until they're out of control. Like literally when your opponent plays it, when you play this, or your opponent plays it, you need to get rid of that card or else you're gonna die. You're literally just gonna die if you can't remove that card. That card is just insane. It'll just keep getting too and too big. Yeah, you need to just instantly put a stop to that. You need to just destroy. Wait, I need to check some things. Can I check them? I saw that dot right now. Alright, well actually, there's one difference. It's sorcery, not instant. Who cares? Still good. I still want to see play. Black. I want to see black if I was correct on that red cycle. I just don't remember it. Maybe. Oh yeah, it's their trumpeter. I forgot about that card. So here we're gonna see a green creature for blue that has an activated ability of blue. Biogenic upgrade I already talked about. And may raise forerunners. I believe I haven't talked about. It's an 8 mana 7/7 Vigilance Trample Haste. Alright, 8 mana 7/7 Vigilance Trample Haste. Okay. That's pretty insane already. Then it has when this is battlefield, other creatures you control get +2/+2 and gain Vigilance and Trample. So you just that card can literally be a budget Crater Hoof. That might just be. Because it says Vigilance and Trample. So then if you attack, let's say if you Crater Hoof them, but you don't have quite enough, then you tap out and you might just die. But with these, you don't have to worry about tapping out just because they're Vigilance. Which is insane. Yeah. Alright, next we have Enrage Ceratok. 4 mana 4/4. And it can't be blocked by a creature of power 2 or less. So just little small things just cannot block it. Uncommon. Yeah, I do kind of agree with that though. I agree with the uncommon kind of ish. It's cool. It's cool. We have Great Gatebreaker Ram. It has +1 for each gate you control, which is cool. As long as you control 2 or more gates, it's Vigilance and Trample. So it's a 3/3. So if you have 2 gates, let's say, it's a 4/4 Vigilance Trample for 4. I mean, no, for 3. Trance. Yeah, that's what we're gonna call Vigilance Trample. Trance. No, that sounds bad. Flample sounds good though. For Vigilance Trample, Flying Trample. That sounds good. But trance. No. Bample? No. Tivilance? No. Sounds so good. Flample sounds good though. It sounds natural. This one doesn't. But the Ram, more Gates energy. Just keep hoping we get more of this. More and more synergy. And again, that one enchantment I said in the last one, that just makes all your gates come into play untapped. That would just be the card that brings gates. It'd probably be Mystic, just because that card would be so good. Right, next we have Gift of Strength. It's 2 mana instant. Target creature gets +3/+3 and gains reach until end of turn. So Titanic Growth, which I believe is 4, but this one also has reach now, so it can now just block flyers if you need to, which is cool. I do like that. We have Growth Chamber Guardian, which I talked about that card. Growth Beastmaster. I may have talked about this card. May have. I don't think so. It's 3 and the green, 2/2 Riot, so 3/3 or 2/2 Haste. Okay. When Beastmaster, when it attacks, another creature you control gets +X/+O, where X is its power. So if you make it a 3/3, now they get +3/+O. But if you decide you just want the quick damage now, You only give it 2, but still, that's still pretty good. Guardian Project. I've already talked about this card, but this card should literally be in any green creature commander deck. So Geshaft, because this card cares about multiples, but guess what? In Commander, you can't run multiples unless you have Shadowborn Apostles, the Rat Colony, or the other rat. Just things that say you can run multiple copies of them, because that breaks the rule. But Guardian Project just says, yeah, just anytime you play a creature, you draw her. So definitely, if I pull that, going in the deck. I have Incubation Druid. 2 mana O2. That's tap, add a mana of any color that a land will produce. So kind of a slower Fellow War Stone of You. Because Fellow War Stone says add a mana of any a land the opponent controls. But then it says it has adapt 3. But the other, if it has a counter on it, it adds 3 mana of that type instead. So insane. Insane. First thing, don't try to just make your only way to adapt it. You want other ways in your deck to give it +1 counters more efficiently, so it could just straight do it right away. So yeah, Mammoth Spider again. Mammoth Spider one. I think that was last in Dominaria or Corset. It was in I'm not sure if in Corset, but I definitely know it was in Dominaria. But okay. Ooh, no. Alright, next we have Open the Gates. 1 sorcery. Search your library for a basic land or gate card. Reveal it, put it into your hand, and shuffle your library, right? Good card, you know? It's kind of a flower flourish, except green only. You can't pay white for it. And you can also get a gate card and any other land, any other basic land. So in gate decks, yeah, just a good way to, get your mana fixing. Rampage of the Clans. Did I talk about this? Maybe. Just in case I haven't. It's just board wipes. No, I did talk about this. I did. Go check it out. But if not, it's just a board wipe for enchantments, and then it beast resents all artifacts and enchantments. But instead of beast to centaurs. Okay? That's it. Rampaging Rendhorn. 4 and a green for a 4/4 Riot. Okay. 4/4 haste. 5/5. 4/5/5. Like it. Then we have Regenesis. 5 mana instance. Return 2 permanents from your graveyard to your hand. So that is good. It's pretty good. You just regrow 2 permanents. Now, it can't be instants or sorceries because it has to be permanents, but still. For 5 mana, instant speed, yeah, that's cool. Root Snare, prevent all damage that was dealt this turn, I believe. Maybe in Corset, I think, could be. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure it was in another standard set, so. Right. Sagittar's Volley. 2 and a green, destroy target creature with flying, and this deals 1 damage to each creature with flying your opponent controls. So let's say they have a big flyer and a bunch of puny 1 toughness flyers. Boom! Just like, you destroy one of them, their big one, and then you just all their other ones. For 3 mana, but only for flyers. So much flyer hate and flyer support. So much scrying in the set also. It's insane. It's so weird. So we have Sorula Caretaker. It's a defender, O3. Tap and untap creature you control at a mana. So you just tap 2 creatures and you make 1 mana. I mean, in standard, but probably not. I mean, maybe a Mara, but you can't play Unlimited with her because you get Allegiance back. You don't get, I'm pretty sure it's only Allegiance packs, not guilds, because they have a third set coming up, which is just gonna have one big, huge plot line. I'm pretty sure of all the guilds. And then I'm pretty sure in that you get maybe one Ravinca Allegiance, one guild of Ravinca, and then the rest four are of that set. We still don't even know the name of the set, but it probably has the word Ravinca in it. Most likely. Or maybe not. They're having a few other, like Gate Crash. But and Dragon Maze, yeah, those two didn't have the word Ravnica in them, but the other ones did. And maybe more. But still. Probably not Ravnica in it though. Seroform Hybrid. It's a human lizard warrior. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about with the Simic. It's a 2/2 for 2. Great, and then it has 6 adapt 4. Alright, comparison time again to another card from Ixalan. I'm comparing everything to Ixalan cards. So weird. So weird. So the card I went to was Ixali's Keeper. 2 mana 2/2, and it had 7 generic and green, and you tap it and you sack it, and then you give a creature +5/+5 and gains trample on a turn. But that one, I feel the hybrid's better because you don't sack it. You don't sack it, and you just give it to itself, and it becomes a 6/6. Doesn't have to trample, but still. I feel the hybrid's probably better. Then we have Solana Wayfinder. It says, whenever it enters the battlefield, look at the top 4 cards of your library. You reveal a creature card or land among them and put from among them put the top of your library and put the rest on the bottom in order. So yeah, you just get to look through all those cards, put one on the top, and the rest go on the bottom. Interesting. Have a little bit of a tutor, but only through 4 cards, not the entire deck though. Here's the other cycle card. So Steeple Creeper. 2 red, green. I'm duty. It's a 4/2. So 3 mana 4/2. And then it also has pay 4 mana, 3 generic and a blue. It gives it flying, so it's a 4/2 flyer for 7 every turn. So 7, then 11, then 15. Still, that's pretty decent though, I'd say. Alright, well, next, Stony Strength. A green. It's just instant, put a +1/+1 counter on 3rd creature you control. Untap it. So, you just do that. It untaps the creature for combat trickery, makes it bigger, and yeah, you just McOof them. You oof them. So then you have Sylvan Brush Rider. It's just when it enters the battlefield, gain 2 life, and it's a 3/2. Okay. It's a mech card. And we have Territorial Boar. It's a 2 mana 2/2 boar. And whenever a creature with power 4 or greater enters the battlefield under your control, this card gets +1/+1 and vigilance on its turn. So, whenever you do that, make a paid creature with power 4 or greater, it becomes a 3D vigilance. Sweet. Only a common though. Yeah. Actually, a common. That's pretty good for a common card, I'd say. Next we have Titanic. Oh, I already went over Titanic, bro. Tower Defense. 2 and a green. Well, 1 and a green. Instant. Creature you control get +5 and reach until end of turn. So maybe just make your creatures big, block, block, block. And you can even block flyers now, which is good for you if you're up against a ton of flyers. We have Troll Bred Guardian, Troll Frog Warrior. Oh god, yep. This was what I was talking about, guys. 5 mana, 5/5. That's already. Adapt 2 for 3. And each creature you control for +1/+1 counter has trample. So if you do that, it's now a 7/7 trample for 5 mana. Well, technically 8. 7/7 trample for 8, which also gives other creatures with +1/+1 counters trample. Can't go wrong with that. And this is a 5/5, which does that same effect. Well, Reclamation talked about, and then Wrecking Beast. Let's see, it's a 7 mana 6/6 Riot Trample. So 6/6. Not so it's either a 6/6 Trample Haste or a 7/7 Trample. Both of them fine. Next up, the last category. Well, actually, I also have to talk about artifacts. And then land is just the shock lands. Actually, there might be new lands. Wait, let me see if there are. Oh, they also have it for this also Gateway Plaza. Oh, they do. Let's just look at it. Plaza of Harmony. Whenever it enters the battlefield, if you control 2 or more gate cards, gain 3 life. So this could go in the gate deck. It adds colorless, or you can add 1 mana that any gate you control would produce. And that's it. And then you just have the guild gates and the shocklands. And they reprinted that for the set. Alright, I'm going in order. Let's go through the less exciting things. Just to I want to say the multicolored cards. Too bad. So we have the Locket Cycle, Azorius Gruul, Orzhov, Rakdos, and Simic Locket. Yeah, each of them do the same thing. They tap their 3 mana rock, they tap for their guild color, and then you pay hybrid mana, 4 hybrid mana of that guild color, you sack it away, and you draw 2 cards. Pretty good. Pretty good. They're pretty okay, though. Yeah. Then Gate Colossus, I talked about. Glass of the Guild Pact. 2 mana, rare, multicolored creatures you control get +1/+1. Gishav. Yeah, because Gishav is now for 2 mana. Yeah, I'll give Gishav. I have other multicolored creatures in that deck. Yeah, I'll give all of them +1/+1. Then Junk Troller. They reprinted this. They reprinted Junk Troller? Yeah. So it's a 4 mana 06 Defender. Put target card from your graveyard on the bottom of its owner's library. Okay. Maybe if you have any shuffle effects, any effects that let you look through cards, you could get that card back, but honestly, Junk Troller, it's not the best. Scrabbling Claws. It's a 1 mana target 1 mana artifact. Tap. Target player exiles a card from their graveyard. Play 1 sacker, exile target card from a graveyard. Draw a card. So it's just a pay 1, send it away, exile a card, and draw a card. So yeah, maybe you just do this for a few times. And then, yeah, then you just decide. Like, let's say, I don't know you'd play this in limited, though. Yeah, you don't play this in limited. Then you have Screaming Shield. It's also a 1 mana artifact. It says, equipped creature gets +3, gets +N, has 2. Tap. Target creature puts the top 3 cards of the library in the graveyard. Equip 3. Well, more milling, so cool. Sphinx of the Guild Pact. Damn, so it's an artifact creature. 7 mana, uncommon. Alright, so this card is all of the colors. Flying, hexproof and monocolored. This means it can't be the target of spells or abilities that are monocolored. So that means, damn, so now you have to use multicolored. likes on this. So, damn, that card might be a decent bomb. And you can combo it with your... Now it can... If you play a class of the Guild Pact, it's a 6/6. Alright, Tome of the Guild Pact. It's a 5-mana rock, add 1 mana of any color, and also says whenever you cast a multi-colors, draw a card. So not only, now that this is a 6/6 flyer, thanks to your Class of the Guild Pact, now when also enters, you draw a card. Then we have Domin's Automaton. As long as you control a Dovin Planeswalker, Dovin Automaton gets +2/+2 and has Vigilance. So I assume this is going to be in his Planeswalker deck. Dovin Architect of the Law Planeswalker deck. But I kind of like Dovin Architect of Law compared to this one. Because this one just feels weird. I feel all the Planeswalkers except Domri Raid are pretty good. I mean, also, Domri Raid's other card is just not good. The one also for the Planeswalker deck. I'm not sure if they're also going to have a Kaya one. But, meh. So here, Absorber talked about, Airmunculus talked about. Apply Biomancy. Let's see. It's Simic. Choose one or both. It has target creature gets +1/+1, so on the turn, target creature to its owner's hand. So you can buff a creature and then also do a blink of an eye type effect. Just send it back to the hand. And just give your creature +1/+1. That's some pretty good value there. Now we have Azorius Knight Arbiter. It's a 5-mana multicolored, so 3 and Orzhov. Azorius. Vigilance and can't be blocked. It's a 2/5. So attack, unblockable. They take 2. And then it's a blocker. Nice. Azorius Skyguard. 4 and 2 Azorius and then Azorius. 4 and Azorius. It's a flying first strike. Creatures your opponents control get -1, -0. So now all of them are just puny now. Puny. So all their creatures just get reduced. So 1/1s, they're done. And then just a 3/3 flyer for strike for 6. Not bad at all. I've talked about Basilica Bell Haunt, I believe. Devil I've talked about. Pretty sure I've talked about Biomancer's Familiar. For Clan Crusher, I've talked about Captive Alliance, a new card. So all these I'm pretty sure I talked about. Actually, maybe not Biomancer's Familiar. I'm just gonna do it quickly. So activated abilities you control cost 2 less to cast, and it's like a training grounds, and it can't reduce it less than 1. So adapt becomes 2 less. Now, so let's say if it's adapt 2 and for 3. Now you just pay 1, adapt 2. And next time target creature adapts this turn, if it adapts as though it had no +1 counter, it can adapt as long as it had no +1 counters. So now you can just make it adapt more times. And already it's reducing it by 2. So like that card, you just pay 2. You pay 2 mana now. Yeah, you pay 2 mana, tap this, and now it gets 4 counters on it. Wow. That's a lot of damage. Okay, next up, we have Captive Audience. This is a fun card. This card in Commander is cool. So it's 7 mana, 5 and Rakdos. Mythic. When it enters the battlefield under a player of your choice. So you give this to a player. Okay, so you give it to someone. So it says for the player that played this. So all this other text applies to them. So at the beginning of their upkeep, they have to choose one that hasn't been chosen. So your life total becomes 4. So yeah, they might That's probably the end one. That's probably the one you're gonna choose last, because that one literally can just kill you if they have burn effects. Then they have discard your hand. Also probably can ruin you. No hand, you have no way to play Magic. But then this one's also pretty cruel, but I don't think it's auto win if you choose this one. Each opponent creates 5 2/2 black zombies. So in Commander, yeah, you just gave them 30 power. Now each player has 10 power on their board. 10 times 3, that's 30 power against you. So you probably go reverse order. That's probably what I would do. I'd first give everyone zombies, then I would discard my hand, then I'd say my life is 4. And then let's say if they miraculously don't kill you after their life becomes 4, then the cycle restarts. So you give them 34 power you put on the board. Discard all your cards. But I feel discard isn't as worse. It's still pretty bad for you. Still can destroy you. But if your board's already established enough, you might not need them cards. But still. Against all the players though, yeah. Ooh. Next up, new cards. Cindervans. I haven't seen any of these cards before. I've seen Captive Audience though. That's a fun card. So it's a Gruul. It's Gruul, and you get an enchantment. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, a non-creature spell, it deals 1 damage to them, and you can pay 1, sacrifice this, destroy target artifact or enchantment, and it deals 2 damage to that permanent's controller. So that seems more sideboardy-ish. Yeah, sideboard. You can just have it up as like maybe an Azorius player just playing card draw spells, instants, sorceries, enchantments. Now they're gonna keep getting punished for it. Next, we have 3 guild mages for Gruul, Simic, and Rakdos. The only thing is, sadly, guild mages have been powered. We have Clan Guild Mage. It's a 2 mana. It's for Gruul, a 2/2. There's tap for 1 in the green. 1 in the red. Target creature can't block this turn. Okay, shut off blockers. 2 in green. Target land you control becomes a 4/4 elemental, haste, and it's still a land, so it can still tap for mana. But why would you do that if you decide to turn it into a 4/4? Okay, it's 4, and then just. We have Combine Guild Mage. It's Simic, 2/2. It has 1 in the green. This turn, each creature you control enters the battlefield with an additional +1 counter. That seems good. And it has 1 in blue. Move a +1 counter from target creature you control onto another creature. But definitely I'd like that green ability. That green ability seems great, and both of them are 2 mana. So I feel this is probably one of the best guild mages. You just put from the set, not from original. All those other guild mages are way more powerful than these. So each creature gets Metallic Mimic, so they enter with counters. And then you can, when you play your other things, you can just assign move counters. Maybe. Oh no. I feel, why would you use that second ability? I mean, maybe if you just have this big trampler, you just want to get all the counters there, you just keep doing that to move all your counters. But yeah, you first do the first one, get all your counters, and then just keep moving it onto one big thing to kill your opponent. Then we have the Cult Guild Mage. This is interesting. The art's pretty interesting. So it's a 2/2, like always. It's 3 in black. Target player discards a card. Activates only connected with sorcery. Yeah. And it has 1 tap. Red tap. It does 1 damage to target opponent or planeswalker. Meh, pretty overwhelming. Underwhelming. Clan Guild Mage and Combine, I feel, are definitely way better than the Cult. This probably would be the worst Guild Mage. I'm feeling, the last one, the worst one, probably, I don't know. I'd say the Conclave because the last one just cost so much money just for it. This one, 4 for them to discard a card, which is bad, and 1 to deal 1 damage. Yeah, I think Combine here's the best, then Clan, then Cult. Out of these we just see. Then we have the plane. Well, actually, we should Deputy of Detention. Did I talk about this? Just in case, quickly talk about it. 1/3, 1 in Azorius. It exiles a permanent your opponent controls, and all of their players with the same name until this card leaves. So, if they have 2 of the same card, play this, both of them go away. Which is pretty sweet. I already talked about. I've talked about these, yeah, I have. Domin's Acuity. It says whenever this enters the battlefield, you gain 2 life and draw a card. So first gain 2 life, draw a card. Good. Whenever you cast an sorcery spell from your return, you may return Domin's Acuity to its owner's hand. So it's a reverse disinformation campaign. Because disinformation campaign is like this, but I actually kind of think this is better. Yeah, you don't strip them a card, but you gain life. And you still keep drawing cards, and you just keep playing instants. And instants spells during your main phase, though. You just keep returning, playing, return, play, you know. Emergency powers are a thorough absolution. 4 and Orzhov. Creatures you control get +1/+1. Creatures your opponents control get -1/-1. So a mini Elish Norn. Then it's 2 and Orzhov. Exile a target card from an opponent's graveyard. If it was a creature card, you create a 1/1 black spirit token flying. So now, just destroy. You just destroy the Golgari, you just destroy the graveyard. This card just destroys the graveyard for them. And then just buffs your whole team, reduces their team. I feel like that first part's good, and then if you keep killing creatures, exile them. Alright, then we have Final Payment. Let's see this. It's Orzhov. Yeah, Orzhov. As additional cost to cast this spell, pay for life or sacrifice a creature in enchantment. Destroy target creature for 2 mana. Instant. Cool. But you have to pay 5. I'd probably pay 5. I mean, unless you want the creature, unless it's an afterlife card, then yeah. Like a Imperious Oligard kind of card. Then yeah, then I probably send it away. Yeah, but that's pretty cool. I like that. Then we have Fireblade Artist. Rakdos. For a 2/2 haste, at the beginning of your upkeep, you may sacrifice a creature. When you do, it deals 2 damage to each opponent or planeswalker. That's pretty cool. So you can just keep pinging them by small dudes. I already talked about both of these. Ooh, Galloping Lizfrog. So it's a 5 mana 3/3 frog lizard again. Look at Frilled Mystic. Elf Lizard Wizard. Elf Lizard Wizard. Elf Lizard Wizard. Elf Lizard. I can't say it fast. Elf Lizard Wizard. Elf Lizard. Tongue twister. Oh my god. Everyone try saying that. Elf Lizard Wizard. Fast. Elf Lizard Wizard. Alright, so Frog Lizard here. He has Trample. Whenever he enters the battlefield, you may remove any number of +1/+1 counters from among creatures you control. If you do, put twice that many counters on him. So if they have 2 counters on him, you remove those and put 4 counters on this, which is nice. Get to the point. 5 mana, instant distorted creature. You scry one. So yeah, so think about it. Compared to Deadly Visit, cost double black instead. That one's sorcery. This is instant. Destroys. That one surveils 2. This one scries 1. I'd say get to the points better. Because it's instant. And I do like scrying 1. Because I don't like discarding cards. I just want to put them in the bottom. Most of the time, I was like, okay, whatever. I just roll with this card. I was like, I don't want to bin it, so I'm just gonna put it. I can't put it at the bottom, so. Or Grasping Throw. Yeah, I talked about that card. Yeah, I talked about that card. Growth Spiral. I've talked about. I believe. Have I? Yeah, I've talked about it. Gyre Engineer. New card. Here. It's a 3-mana 1/1 tap for Simic. Interesting, but don't think good enough. Just that 1 toughness makes it really susceptible. It needs to blow up. And Creature Dork are not as good as Mana Rocks. Then we have Hack Robat. It's a human rogue. Spectacle for 2, so you can make a 2-mana 2/3 instead of a 3-mana 2/3. It has pay for a black, give it Death Touch, and pay for a red, give it +2/+2. So that's pretty cool. I do like this card. This card seems cool. I'm pretty sure I talked about both of those cards. Olgard, Judith? Maybe. Well, it's a 3-mana 2/2. Other creatures get +1/+0. And when a non-token creature control dies, sadly non-token, it deals 1 damage to any target. Pretty cool. It's a cool card. Kaya. I'm pretty sure I've talked about Kaya. Well, if I haven't, I'm feeling I might have not. Just in case. First one, she exiles cards and you gain life if you gain 2 if you exile at least a creature. If you exile if one of them was a creature. And it has -1, does isolate, exile creature, exile permanent of convert cast 1 or less. And 5, it deals damage equal to the number of cards in the exile zone and you gain that much life. Then Kaya's Wrath. Kaya's Wrath is a cool card. I'm not sure if it. Again, it's like a Fumigate. It's like Fumigate. But the mana is very more restricting because it's double black. But destroys all creatures, and you gain life equal to the number of creatures you control that were destroyed. So you don't gain all the creatures, only your creatures. Let's say you have a few 10 dudes, and your opponent just has like a couple big boys. You just destroy all of it. You gain lots of life because from your creatures. And yeah, that's just great. We have Knight of the Last Breath. 5 in Orzhov. It's a 4/4. Sacrifice another non-token creature. Create a 1/1 black spirit. So if you send an Afterlife card away to this, say Afterlife 1, you make 2 spirits. And it itself has Afterlife 3, but you can't use its own ability. So, like, you get 4 tokens from that. That would be cool. I've already talked about Levana. Law Mage's Binding. 3 mana. Flash, enchant creature. Enchant creature can attack or block, or activated abilities cannot be activated. So it's a Luminous Bonds, Flash, but only an Orzhorius. And also says activated abilities can't be activated, so Guild Mages are shut down, which is pretty cool. Next up is Macbray Mockery. Did I talk about this card? No, I haven't. 4-mana instant. Put target creature card from an opponent's graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. It gets +2/+0 in haste until the turn. Sacrifice it. So you make it a bit bigger, and you get a card from your opponent's graveyard. Put it onto your board. Get +2/+0 haste, and then you end them. Akaya of the Old Ways. For sure, I haven't talked about it. It's a legendary. It's just 5 mana, 5/5, legendary creature. You can't cast non-creature spells. Okay, seems bad. But this when you tap a land for mana, add 1 mana of any type that land produced. So in Commander, if this is your Commander, what you want to do is you just want to play your early Rampant Groves, Explosive Vegetations, your Cultivates, get all your lands out, and then playing the Kaya. And then just have your big boys tap a lot. Play your big boys. Next up, Rakdos Roastabout. It's a 3-mana 3/2. But it says when it becomes blocked, it deals 1 damage target to the player or planeswalker it's attacking. Wait, when it becomes blocked. So when someone blocks it, this will deal damage to them. So it still gets 1 damage to the player or maybe a planeswalker, which is cool. And they may just be jump blocking, not even killing it. So talk about that. Ooh, here's a new card. Relevant Runner. It says it can't be blocked by creature tokens. Bad. In this set, bad. There's not a lot of way to do tokens, so bad. It's 3/3, so could be run. Talked about 7 Smash. Next up, Senate Guildmage. It has white and blue. It has tap for white. You gain dose life. And it says blue. You loot, you draw, and you discard. Let me see if I have a card. I don't remember if I have this card. Nope, I don't. I thought I might have, but nope, I don't. I don't know how much Swarm Guildmage. How much life does Swarm Guildmage give you? Let me look up Swarm Guildmage. Let me look it up. We're at Amazon. 2 mana gain to. So its first ability is way better than Swarm because it only pays 1. Swarm, you need 2. So already cool. And then also has a loot effect for 1. So this is just a pretty cheap one. I think this might actually be the best one. That's because of how cheap it is, and looting is just pretty good value. I'm pretty sure I've already talked about Seraph of the Scales. Good card. Oh, this one, Sharkdo Crab. The best card in the set. It's a 4-mana 4/4 Fish Octopus Crab. 4 mana adapt to 1. Whenever one or more +1 counters are put on Sharkdo Crab, tap target creature and opponent controls. It doesn't untap during its cross on top step. So you can use it with that white enchantment. I mean, that blue enchantment. That guy's untapped, but still. Shark. Fish Octopus Crab. The best card. Alright, next, Sphinx of New Prov. I'm pretty sure I haven't talked about this card. Alright. It's a. Yeah, so this is the cycle. This is one of the cycles. It's 2 white, 2 blue. It's a Flying Vigilance 4/3, and when spells your opponent's cast that targeted cost 2 more to cast. Sweet. So it's really hard to get removed. So think about that 5 mana one that destroys the creature scries 1 instant speed. It's 7 mana one to destroy this card, which is not good. Then it's just real bad. I have to pay, like, it just feel bad to do it. To pay 7 mana to destroy it. That just feels bad. I'm pretty sure I've talked about Shudder Stalin. Next up, Syndicate Guildmage. The last one of the Guild Mages. It's a white and black 2/2. 1 and 1. It has 1 white tap. Tap target creature power 4 greater. Okay. Then 4 and black tap. Syndicate Guildmage does 2 damage to target opponent. At least I like the Rakdos one better because it's 1 mana deal 1 damage. This one's 5 to deal 2. Okay, you're the worst one. I'm just saying that you're the worst one. Like, that's so a ripoff. Like, R&D, make Guildmages better. Like, why couldn't you make them better? Did I talk about Teysa? I'm not sure. But just so you know, if a creature dying because of a triggered ability for permanent you control to trigger, it triggers a second time. So, and also creature tokens you have vigilance and lifelink. So synergize with spirits and all the dying. So next up, Theater of Horrors. 1 and Rakdos enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, exile the top card of your library. During your turn, if your opponent was left, you may play the card. Unless it has 4, deal 1 damage to target opponent or planeswalker. But you don't care about that part. You use other things to deal damage to them. And you play your cards with it. Next up, Foolish Fiend. Oh, this is the cycle. Here it is. The hybrid cycle. So it's a 1 mana 1/1. When it dies, it deals no damage to any target. Okay. Then we have Rubble Slinger. 3 mana 2/3 reach. Damn, it feels worse this time. It's weird. Scuttlegator? Crab, turtle, crocodile. Simic's the best. This has the best creature types ever. 4 and then hybrid and 2 hybrid Simic for a 6/6 defender. And you can pay 6 to adapt, pay 8 mana and 2 hybrid, 2 of its hybrid, adapt 3. And as long as it has counters, it can attack as though it didn't have defender, but use other ways to get the counters, honestly. Then we have Senate Griffin. 4 mana 3/2 flyer. Pretty good. And then ETBs, Scry. Yeah, that's the best one right now. And then Viscopa Vampire 3/1. Yeah. Damn, this Faco feels so sad compared to the guilds. I feel the Guild of Radical 1 was way better. But I think the best one's Senate Griffin. Yeah, like this just deals 1 damage, is irrelevant. 2/3 reach. And then we have the split cards. The rare one and the uncommon ones. Just like they did in the last set. They had rare ones they had a rare one and a common one for each guild. Alright, so the rare one for Rakdos is Bedeck. It's 2 hybrid mana. Rakdos. Target creature gets +3/+3 until +3 -3 till end of turn. So that may be enough to kill a creature. Or if your creature has a lot of toughness, you make it bigger. And then Bedazzle. deck Bedazzle. 4 in Rakdos. It's a destroy target non-basic land. And it deals 2 damage to target opponent or planeswalker. I don't really like that. I don't. I actually feel Carnival's better. I feel this should have been the rare one, and this should have been the non-common one. Let's see. Carnival, it's Rakdos. It deals 1 damage to target creature or planeswalker, and 1 damage to that permanent's controller. Then Carnage, 4 mana, deals 3 damage to target opponent. That player discards 2 cards. Look at this. This should have been the rare one. That should have been the uncommon one. This one is deck is Bedazzle's bad. I don't know what they were thinking with that. Collusion and Colossus. Collusion, 1 and hybrid. It deals 6 damage to target creature with flying. So Pierce the Sky, but with more you can also do a red, but Pierce does 7. But still it's gonna kill no matter what, honestly. Then Colossus, both of them are 2 mana. What? No, it's not Thrash that. I don't need Thrash that yet. What are you doing? So, Colossus targets a +4/+0 and gains trampled on the turn. Good. That's really good. Better than Deck Bedazzle. I don't get this. They should have flip-flopped them. That should have been uncommon. That should have been rare because this one's better. So much better. I mean, maybe in Commander the second half for Gaia's Cradle, Sarah Sanctums, all that stuff. But so then we have Consecrate and Consume. Consecrate, Consume. 1 in Orzhov. Exile target card from a graveyard. Draw a card. Okay. Just 2 mana, draw a card. Technically, because who cares about exiling unlimited, but maybe not in constructed formats. Then Consume, 2 in Orzhov. Target player sacrifices a creature with the greatest power among creatures they control. You gain life equal to its power. Alright, next up, we have Depose, Deploy. Depose says tap target creature, draw a card. Better than that, because it holds down a blocker, and you draw a card. Same thing, just better. Better version of Concrete right there. Depose, Consume. That would have been cool. Then Deploy. You create 2 Thopters. Took a fun. Then gain 1 life for each creature you control. That's still good. Damn, all these uncommons are so good. And we saw that rare one, which is doo-doo. Next up, the last one of the uncommons is Incubation Incrugity. I believe I talked about this one, actually. I think I talked about Consecrate, Depose, maybe, and Incubation. I feel I've talked about them. Maybe even Carnival Carnage. But I definitely didn't talk about the deck. No, I'll just keep talking about them again, no matter what. So this one, it's like, Coming with Dinosaurs. Stop showing me Thrasher. I don't care about that card. Dookie. I haven't even seen the card yet. Alright, so Incubation Incrugity. So it says, look at the top 5 cards. That one just looks at the top 5, you get a creature card from them. The rest go on the bottom in any order. In a random order. And then Incrugity, it's like Pongify or those other things that like destroy a creature. Then they create a token. But that one exiles and makes a 3/3 frog, but it's 3 mana. Instant speed, yeah, but I'm not sure if the other ones are also instant speed. I forgot. Repudiate and Replicate. It says counter target activated ability or triggered ability. So it's kind of like that 1 mana blue one that does the same thing. And then Replicate, you make a token of a card. So, the top we have creature you control, which is cool. You definitely love that. Oh look, the Sphinx is here again. That's funny. That's funny. The Sphinx. Okay. I definitely like that. But is it better than Incubity and Incubation? Kind of like... I like Replicate and I like Incubation better than... I like Incubation over Replicate and I like Replicate over Incubity. So if you put those two together, make that the rare. Those together. You got the uncommon. Next we have Revival Revenge. So, Revival, return target creature card with converted mana cost 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Alright, that's good value there. Then we have Revenge. 4 and Orzhov. Double your life till target opponent loses half their life rounded up. That's just so good. Yeah, definitely better than... It's better than Consecrate Consume. Way better. That's just way better. Revival sweet and Revenge is just insane. If you get there, you probably won the game at that point. In limited, if you do that half, you won the game. Your opponent is just destroyed, essentially. Then we have Thrash Threat. So Thrash, 2 mana hybrid. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature or planeswalker you don't control. Kind of like Rabid Bite, but also the planeswalkers. So you might be able to kill a planeswalker without having to try to attack, and then they just jump block to keep their planeswalker alive. Next up, we have Threat. 4 mana, create a 4/4 red and green beast creature token with trample. For 4 mana, 4/4. Alright, trample. Pretty good. Then we have Warrant Warden. Put target attacking or blocking creature on top of its owner's library for Warrant. Cool. And then for Warden, create a 4/4 white blue Sphinx flying in Vigilance. Pretty good. Then we have Sphinx of the Guild pack. Again, there's but I already went over Dovin and Domri Raid Smasher in the first one. Dovin Dismissal. I haven't seen this one. So 4 mana instant. Put up to 1 target tapped creature card on top of its owner's library. You may search your library and or graveyard for a card called Dovin Architect the Law. Reveal it, put it into your hand, and shuffle your library. But if you search your library this way, shuffle it. Then we have a Charging Warboar. 3/3 haste. As long as you control a Domri Reed Planeswalker. I say Domri Reed. I'm a doo-doo. Charging War gets +1/+1 in the trample, which is great. Domri's Nodrog. Let me see this card. Trample. When it enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a card named Domri City Smasher. So, all these cards synergizing, and then in the artifact section, there was the other one for Dovin. And that is it. That is it. We did it. We did it. We have completed Guilds of Ravnica. The entire set has been overlooked. This set looks awesome, limited, sweet. Definitely excited, and I hope I pull a Tommy Raid. That would just be insane. Well, hope you enjoyed that. Average MTG player out.